Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews, and it's a new year. And I thought to myself I was going to take a break for a while, but clearly Netflix always draws you back in with its latest offerings, and this is the first offering they have of the year, and happens to be History of Swear Words, hosted by Nicolas Cage. And let me confess here, folks, I actually have been struggling to find a cut of this review that I happen to like. Quite frankly, folks, there's not a cut enough that's long enough or short enough for me to actually enjoy. And if you ever watched an episode of Inside the Actors Studio, James Lipton often would ask in a round robin set of questions, what is your favorite swear word? And Nicolas Cage hosting this thing, and Nicolas Cage looks like he's having a ball of a time, and he looks like he showed up for more than 20 minutes at a time with this thing. Basically said his favorite word was horseshit. If there are people old enough to remember George Carlin, he had 7 magic words, 2 of whom are actually mentioned in this series. But sadly, no one actually mentions George Carlin. There are 6 episodes here, and they go by in a brisk 20 minutes that include lexicographers, academics, noted comedians, to all explain the various words that are used in each episode. And what do you know? The first episode involves the F word, the second episode involves the S word, and we go on from there from so on and so forth. Probably from, and I think in my own opinion, they go from the most offensive to least offensive, depending on how you view it. Never in my wildest imaginations could I believe that the S word could actually be an acronym for another larger meaning. But apparently back in the good olden days, you probably did know this during history class, people communally took baths together, but they also took, obviously shits together. And quite frankly, no one takes the shit anymore together. We also come to the very pressing question of why no one above the age of 70 is called Dick anymore, because Dick went through several different incarnations, and Pussy originally was named for a cat. Bitch and Pussy, which I don't want to really discuss in great length, although when it comes to bitch, I didn't come to realize that bitch was actually, for a very long time in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a term that wasn't offensive. It only became offensive when twerk was invented. Certain comedians have some interesting things to say, other comedians don't. Again, Sarah Silverman's here, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. is here, Leslie Jones is in a couple of scenes. That one guy, Nick Offerman's in a couple of scenes explaining stuff. Again, I don't buy that Isaiah Whitlock Jr. could elongate the S word for 56 minutes. We do get some interesting insight into the mindset of why we use these curse words. And I think that's probably the most fascinating material that's out there. If you would like to know why we use a curse word, please seek this series out. Now, I didn't come to realize that alternatives for the word damn didn't come into fruition till the mid-1700s. Like, gosh darn it, there is a Latin term for damn, and I just saw the series and I immediately forgot that. And I didn't take Latin, so that's lost on me. In the medieval age, in which you would use a curse word in a substitute for damn. Yes, I do have a favorite curse word. I won't repeat it because I'm too much of a gentleman, although let me confess, I just said several of the curse words right here. Will there be a second season? I don't know. But to see a second season? Yes, although I don't know what curse words there's left to use, because they practically use up everyone's favorite ones. Now in the shit episode, they do go into the very fascinating story of Phineas Gage, and please look up Phineas Gage, because that's a very interesting science subject, and if you never learned that in science class, you'll probably be more interested in learning it. So in the end, folks, I would say please watch History of Curse Words, because Nicolas Cage is probably having the most fascinating time of his life. And yes, we can all get a good laugh out of someone drawing a penis thing. And yes, dick pics aren't that particularly compelling anymore. So, folks, history of curse words. Have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.